exceptional performances in the 400 meters and 200 meters, breaking both national records in the process. The previous 200-meter record of 20.54 seconds was held by Dylan Edwin and only stood for roughly a week before Joseph smashed it with a time of 20.41 seconds on Saturday. He also broke his own national 400 meters record when he ran 44.77 seconds in the prelim to place third. In the finals on the following day, he narrowly missed breaking the record, placing second in a time of 44.78 seconds. He now holds the top 3 times ever run by a St. Lucia in the 400 meters. So congratulations to our 2 St. Lucian athletes, Julian Alfred and Michael Joseph, for flying the St. Lucia flag with so much grace and dignity. We turn our attention now to table cricket, the Eagle Freight APL. The APL is the Adventist Premier League. Division 2 semi-final was played on Tuesday, and in that match, Jaguars defeated Forestier by 5 wickets. Batting first, Forestier struggled to post a total of 97, with Travis John 26 and Marias James 17. The pick of the bowlers for the Jaguars were Villas Edward and Richard Cherry with 3 each. In their reply, Jaguars reached 102 for 5, with Peter Felice 43 and Joachim Robinson 20. Bowling for Forestier, Ed Joseph and Ron Gulerman had 1 wicket each. Still in the same competition, Vanna made light work of Carroll Kitchen Strikers in the final quarter-final match played on Monday night. Batting first, Vanna posted 142 for 7 in their allotted 20 overs. Cameron Charles 45, Bradley Giddens 18, Noel Leo being their main contributors. Lance Joseph and Miguel Charles picked up 3 wickets each. In their reply, Carroll Kitchen Strikers, or CKS, folded for 92 with Romario Simmons 40 and Miguel Charles 14. Bowling for Vanna, Derek Giddens and Avitas James picked up 3 wickets each. The man of the match went to Cameron Charles. The Division 1 semi-final is now set. L'Abeille will play Monrepo and Millet will come up against Vanna. Let's turn our attention to table tennis. A 7-member St. Lucia table tennis team left St. Lucia on Monday 15th May for the French-speaking island of Martinique. The team will take part in the Union Nationale de Sports Scolaires Caribbean School Games to be held at the Louis Achilles Stadium in Martinique, and it commences today the 17th and will end on the 18th of May. The contingent, which includes David Nurse and Manny Eliver, will compete in the boys under 18 teams event. Junior female table tennis player of the year, Chantal Charles, will team up with Sophia Popo to compete in the girls under 16 event, while LeSean Francis and Vernal Salvatore will do battle in the boys under 16 competition. The 6-member team will be under the watchful eyes of Varian Anthony, who will serve as chaperone and coach. Table tennis coach in the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports, Chris Wells, said the trip to Martinique was made possible through the efforts of the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports. According to Wells, the event is an opportunity to allow their young under-14 players to compete before the Caribbean tournament scheduled for Curacao between the 10th and the 15th of July. Participating in the event over there in Martinique, alongside St. Lucia, Dominica, Guadeloupe, and host country, Martinique. We expect our contingent to be very fruitful over there. We turn to football, and we're looking at regional and international football. On Tuesday, 16th May 2023, CONCACAF conducted the official draw for the 3rd edition of the CONCACAF Nations League. The 2023-24 CONCACAF Nations League, or CNL, will be played in 3 league format, A, B, and C, with the region's 41 men's senior teams distributed into the leagues according to the results of the 2022-2023 CONCACAF Nations League. And for those of you all who are wondering what is CONCACAF, CONCACAF is the grouping which includes the Caribbean islands, North, and Central America, 41 teams competing in football, both male and female. Following the draw for the CONCACAF Nations League 2023-24, St. Lucia was promoted to League B and now find themselves in Group A of the competition. League B features 16 teams divided into 4 groups of 4, and each team will play each other home and away. So in essence, St. Lucia will play 6 matches. Now we are looking at the League B and the groupings. So Group A will feature Guadeloupe, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, and St. Martin. Group B, Trinidad and Tobago, the Dominican Republic, Montserrat, and Barbados. Group C is made up of French Guiana, Bermuda, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Belize. Group D will see the likes of Guyana, Antigua and Barbuda, and Puerto Rico. The 2023-24 CONCACAF Nations League group stage will be played during the official FIFA match window in September and October and will culminate in November this year. For League A, the new quarterfinals will be played in November 2023. The 2023-2024 CONCACAF Nation League finals, where the third CONCACAF Nation League champion will be crowned, will take place at to be announced venue in March 2024. So by now, you all should know what is CONCACAF. Now we're coming closer to home in local football. The preliminary round of 16 of the primary schools football competition kicked off on Tuesday, 16 May at venues island-wide with the following results. Deriso combined with a beaver trick from Dejan Charles and the other from Kushan Cantron defeated River Dory 5-2, whose goals were scored by Quick Nestor and Nail Charles. Gordon Walcott Mason Methodist Memorial and Denry Primary played to a 1-1 draw. Michael Florence scored for Gordon Walcott Memorial, while Leon Vidal scored for Denry. Dame Paulette Louisy edged out Labrie Boys Primary 4-3 in a goal fest. Scoring for Dame Paulette were London Felicia with a brace, and the others by Shiloh John and an own goal, while Jermaine Toussaint with a brace and Mauro Eugene scored for Labrie Boys Primary. Soufriere Primary with goals from Desley Edward and Amani Didier defeated Groslet Primary 2-1. Dejan Solomon scored for Groslet Primary. Canris Primary defeated Camille Henry Memorial 6-1 with goals from Trenton Henry, a hat-trick, and the others from Kayson Clement, Carson Justas, and Tayon Mason. Just to give you some indication of what this tournament is all about, since our program is Sport Talk. Last year, the Ministry of Education, together with the St. Lucia Football Association, Inc., who is the main sponsor of that tournament, held what is called the intra-district tournament. So within the 8 educational districts, you had a tournament, and at the end of that tournament, the top 2 teams of 8 districts went on to the round of 16. At the end of that competition, you have the 16 schools divided into 4 groups of 4. Each group will feature a single round robin competition, and at the end of the group stage, the top 2 teams in each group will move on to the quarterfinals, semifinals, and then the finals. To culminate the primary schools football competition, then you will now have an inter-district competition. So at the end of last year's tournament, the districts would have picked or selected a team to participate in the inter-district football tournament. The essence is to provide more football for the primary schools and for the youngsters. To give you an indication of what the districts are, District 1, Educational District, involved the schools in the Groslet and Barbano area. District 2 will see the schools in the Upper Castries area like Camille Henry, Carmen Rainey, etc. District 3 will see the schools in Central Castries, inclusive of the Bishop Charles Gashi, formerly the Marshall School. District 4 will be the schools in the Roseau Ancillary area. District 5, the schools in the Dennery area. going all up to Tiroshe and Tiroshe Miku. District 6, all the schools in the Vieux Fort area. District 7, the schools in the Choiseul area. And District 8 will feature the schools in the Soufrière area, inclusive of canneries. So I hope that I've given you a lesson on not just the sporting aspect, but the educational aspect of sports. We're moving on with local football. And we look at the Grosslett Football League Troy Greenwich Preseason Club Championship. This competition commenced on Tuesday, 16 May at the Grosslett playing field with 3 matches. Northern United, with goals from Ron Ionbet and Brandon Eugene, defeated Veterans 2-1, with theirs Jules being their goal scorer. JMC defeated All Stars 3-0, with goals from Shannon Phillip, Mickey Stanislas, and Kendall Nelson. In the final game played, New Generations with Yannick Noel goal, and Moshi United played to a 1-1 draw, with their goal scorer being Troy Greenwich. And finally, to our sports news item, and we always leave the best for last. Matches continued in the Bordelais Correctional Facility Safe Space Futsal Competition at the Richford playing field on Mother's Day, Sunday, 14th May. In the first encounter, Mabuya females defeated Back on Track 3-1. They got their goals from Hazea Pelage, Ania Vitalis, and Vicky Edward. Emile Mathre scored for Back on Track. In the second game played, Leclerc in a hard-fought encounter defeated Rene FC from the Bordelais Correctional Facility 3-1, with goals from Gavin Butcher with a brace and Ronaldo Emmanuel. Quentin Wilson scored for Rene FC. However, the player of the match was goalkeeper Leroy Stephen of Rene FC, who made numerous brilliant saves. In another male encounter, Mabuya Valley, with goals from Leighton Standiford with a brace and the others from Kanya Standiford, Claudia Joseph and Jay Dennis defeated Back on Track 5-1, whose goal was scored by Cyrus Didier. So on the day, it was not a happy hunting ground for Back on Track. Homan FC of the Bordelais Correctional Facility won by default over Vieux Fort. And here's where we come to the end of this evening sports news, and we will take a break right now. Thank you for
Sports Talk is brought to you by the kind compliments of the following sponsors.
To protect appliances from lightning, rain, and flood water damage, unplug them, then turn off the main switch. Lightning can produce electrical surges which can damage equipment. Protect your electronics from water damage as well. Make sure you have flashlights, battery-powered radios, and extra fresh batteries available. Be smart, stay safe.
It's the power of knowing with Lucy.
In the Caribbean, Mother Nature has long taught us the secrets of self-care. Glory cedar leaves to fight skin infection or sulfur baths for acne and eczema. Now, these and other time-tested ingredients are contained in high-quality, locally produced handmade soap. Etoile. 10 spa-worthy soap choices including soothing aloe vera, zesty coconut, black soap from charcoal, and many more. Etoile is made from all natural ingredients and is surprisingly affordable. Etoile, a skin spa in a soap bar. Available at supermarkets and pharmacies near you.
Join Pastor Gino Jennings for services in the Caribbean island of St. Lucia at Bethel's Blessing Event and Conference Center, St. Lucia. Services are Saturday, May 20th at 5 p.m. and Sunday, May 21st at 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. Again, Bethel's Blessing Event and Conference Center, St. Lucia. Saturday, May 20th, 5 p.m. and Sunday, May 21st, 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. All services are free to the public. For event and hotel information, call Linda Chitoli, 758-719-8097.
Shall you come and play with us, sir?
No, I don't want to play.
Why?
You know my uncle died and I can't even go to the funeral. I just don't want to play.
But you really have us luck. You really have it on TV and online. You can even watch it on your phone.
That's true. Let's go and watch it now.
In keeping with the social distancing of COVID-19, GVD TV channel 115 has now added television broadcast to its online coverage of funerals. COVID-19 is not a friend, it's not a citizen, and it's definitely not a family member. Call GVD TV at 726-9914 or 722-6542 to make arrangements for funeral services online and television viewing from the church to the cemetery.
In the Caribbean, Mother Nature has long taught us the secrets of self-care. Glory cedar leaves to fight skin infection or sulfur baths for acne and eczema. Now, these and other time-tested ingredients are contained in high-quality, locally produced handmade soap. Etoile. 10 spa-worthy soap choices including soothing aloe vera, zesty coconut, black soap from charcoal, and many more. Etoile is made from all natural ingredients and is surprisingly affordable. Etoile, a skin spa in a soap bar. Available at supermarkets and pharmacies near you.
Join Pastor Gino Jennings for services in the Caribbean island of St. Lucia at Bethel's Blessing Event and Conference Center, St. Lucia. Services are Saturday, May 20th at 5 p.m. and Sunday, May 21st at 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. Again, Bethel's Blessing Event and Conference Center, St. Lucia. Saturday, May 20th, 5 p.m. and Sunday, May 21st, 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. All services are free to the public. For event and hotel information, call Linda Chitoli, 758-719-8097.
Shall you come and play with us, sir?
No, I don't want to play.
Why?
You know my uncle died and I can't even go to the funeral. I just don't want to play.
But GVD have us luck. GVD have it on TV and online. You can even watch it on your phone.
That's true. Let's go and watch it now.
In keeping with the social distancing of COVID-19, GVD TV channel 115 has now added television broadcast to its online coverage of funerals. COVID-19 is not a friend, it's not a citizen, and it's definitely not a family member. Call GVD TV at 726-9914 or 722-6542 to make arrangements for funeral services online and television viewing from the church to the cemetery.
Welcome back to our second segment of Sports Talk, and with me is a very special and esteemed guest, Dr. Stephen Singh. Dr. King, good night and welcome to the program.
Good night, Midget. Good to be here.
First of all, what was the concept behind the staging of the Bodley Correctional Facility Safe Space Futsal Tournament?
Okay. I think we'd have to go back to 2019 when we launched Safe Spaces Tournament in Castries. And that tournament was part of the whole peace initiative that we were developing in Castries. The tournament was actually a brainchild of Sherman Xavier, Michael Phillips, Lenny Pinnell, and Roberta Prudent. These were myself. This was the team that was putting the Safe Spaces tournament together at that time. And St. Lucia Football Association came on board and supported us. So with the success of that tournament, we felt that we had to mount another one. And we wanted it on an annual basis. But what happened? COVID came in really in 2020 and stopped all sporting activities. So this time around, what happened was that there was an activity at Bordelais run by the Seventh-day Adventist Mission. And we in Safe Spaces did a small competition. At the same time, we started to talk with the Bordelais administration about a Safe Spaces tournament. So we formed a partnership with the Bordelais Correctional Facility and designed this particular tournament, the Bordelais Correctional Facility Safe Spaces Tournament. Again, St. Lucia Football Association came on board and really gave us a great support. Mr. Cooper, Lyndon Cooper, has always been supportive of tournaments like this because, again, these are peace-building initiatives. These are conflict resolution initiatives because we have training and other activities in and around the football. In addition to that, I think it's really opportune for me to point out that it's the same team, Sherman, Tito Xavier, Michael Tucker Phillips, and Lenny Pinnell and Roberta Prudent. And the same St. Lucia Football Association team. And I want to give a big thank you to Evestus Augustine, who really has put all our rules together and has been very supportive of both tournaments, this one included. And you, Midget, who have been there, a stalwart with us. In addition, I think it would also be remiss of me not to mention the people who made this tournament possible through sponsorship. So the Tourism Enhancement Fund of the St. Lucia Hotel and Tourism Association stepped up. They are one of the major sponsors. The National Lotteries Authority stepped up, and they, again, a major sponsor. Bank of St. Lucia is a sponsor. Harris Paints gives us paint every week for the field. The Richmond Combined School, which make their field available to us, and indeed their facilities available for us every Sunday. Bordelais Correctional Facility itself, which of course there's logistics and support involved in moving teams from Bordelais to the field. Great Visions Designs, where we are tonight, have been very supportive. So the whole purpose of this tournament is not only peace building, but part of the Bordelais rehabilitation program. Okay? And I think both of those elements make this a very special tournament. The other thing we learned from our first tournament in 2019 was it's very good to have a community home where the tournament is held. In the Castries tournament in 2019, we used Agard as the main grounds for the tournament. Now we're using Richmond. And the Richmond community has been really supportive, and we want to thank them for that. And it creates a kind of intimacy. There's a spirit that develops in the field as this tournament progresses. And I think that's very important to the success of the tournament. It's a long tournament. It's going to go right down into October. The reason for that is we want the teams to have a lot of time together, as well as their fans. As we develop this tournament, as we get more and more fans coming to Richmond, I expect more and more interaction between people. And again, with the Bordelais teams, to make it more of a family day, so that people can actually come and see some of their family that may be in Bordelais now. They can be out in the field playing, and you can actually be right there with your family. The other nice thing about this particular tournament is that there's a male division and a female division, and both divisions are treated equally. So the female football was excellent in the first tournament, and again it's excellent in this tournament. We have 2 female teams from Bordelais, the correctional officers team as well as a residence team, and I think we have 6 other community teams that are playing, female teams. So that really is how this tournament has been designed. It only happens once a week on a Sunday. And you can understand that partly because of the security concerns and the issues with the Bordelais staff having to manage the Bordelais team.
You mentioned about the peace aspect of it and the safety and etc. There's a campaign presently going on, spearheaded by the St. Lucia Football Association, Inc., the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports, and the Oliver Gobat Fund, Shoot to Score, Not to Kill. That is continuing.
Yes.
The following hashtags are: football is life, each one, teach one. If you see something, say something. Give gun violence. How does that intersperse with this current tournament?
Well, actually, that has been our philosophy from the very beginning. Football is a great sport. Not only is it so entrenched in our St. Lucian communities, I mean, you can mobilize football players from every community very relatively easily, and good football players, because we grew up playing football in St. Lucia. But more importantly, football is a perfect sport to address issues to deal with violence and to deal with promotion of peace. Now, in St. Lucia, we know we are dealing with a significant violence problem in our communities. So we feel it is very important to involve communities as much as possible in football and in the promotion of peace. And as you have with your slogans, football is life. And that's the point we make to our teams. You know, to live life, you must have discipline, you must have rules, and every time you step up, every day you step up, you must bring your best self to the day. That is football. Football is rules, football is discipline, and you must bring your best self to the game every day. That is how you are successful. So football is life.
Yes, but Doc, having said this, there are tangible rewards to be earned at the end of the tournament.
Oh, yes.
Prizes for the winning teams and so on. Most goals, most valuable player.
Yes.
How do you think, will that underscore what the tournament is trying to achieve?
Of course, because this tournament, not only do we have, like in the previous one, not only do we have a football component, we have a community development component as well. So we have a community development competition as well as a football competition. And yes, the prizes, you have most disciplined player, etc. So the prizes reinforce the whole concept of discipline and peace in the tournament. And of course the community development aspect as well.
You mentioned that there are a number of teams. I think there are 45 male teams altogether. I think that's one of the first time I've ever heard of so many teams participating in this tournament.
Yes.
How challenges is it to manage these teams, and was the teams responsible for getting their own uniforms and paying for their transportation to get to the ground?
Okay, we mobilized 45 male and 8 female. 8 female and 45 male teams. We in fact, Mr. Gard was keen on this, that we wanted teams from all over the country, because this is a national competition. So we have teams from all over St. Lucia. It was not difficult to mobilize the teams, because what you found is that it was through Tito. Tito has links to people, the footballers in all the communities. So it's easy for him to get teams. In terms of our sponsorship, our sponsors paid for the uniforms for our team. So we have professionally outfitted teams with proper uniforms that were paid for. So teams didn't pay for uniforms. We raised that money. In fact, that money was raised partly from the Tourism Enhancement Fund and partly from my own business. Between the two of us, we raised the monies for those uniforms. Yeah, and that's important because it means that the teams look more professional on the day, and that's important because, you know, back to life, you must have respect and dignity, and part of that is how you present yourself to the public. And having a uniform and a uniform team in a disciplined manner presents a more respectful, dignified outfit. Then, in terms of transportation, thanks to the National Lotteries Authority, who have put up a lot of our money, we were able to buy football boots, as well as have transportation of all the teams to and from the games. So teams don't have to pay, they don't pay for their uniforms, they don't pay for transportation, they don't pay for their water. All right? So in other words, it's actually free. What we're asking the players to give is their time, their best efforts, their energy. And hopefully, each team has an opportunity to win the prize monies.
Talking about the teams, I will just look at, give you the viewers an update on the Bonney Lake Correctional Facility Safe Space Futsal Tournament, where we are in terms of the point standing, with the male In Group A is headed by Leclerc with 4 points. Group B, Maguire Valley with 9 points, and Octave FC from the Bordelais Correctional Facility with 6 points. Anytime you hear the term FC, it refers to a team from the Bordelais Correctional Facility. Group C sees Rosehill with 6 points. Group D, Cooley Town with 3 points. Group F is headed by 2 teams from the Bordelais Correctional Facilities with 3 points each. Oman FC and Burin FC. Group G, Denry with 3 points. And Group H, we have Fire Service and Phillips United with 1 point each. Group E hasn't seen any action yet. The female category is headed by Conway and Marshall with 6 points each, but Conway has a superior goal difference. Maguire Valley and Bravil FC follow with 4 points each. Bravil FC is the female correctional officers team from the facilities. The leading goal scorers in the male category are Claudio Joseph of Maguire Valley with 6, Dennis Edwin of Rosehill with 5, Brandon Sandiford also of Rosehill with 4, J.L. Pascal of Maguire Valley, and Devon Phillip and Devon Dorville of Octave FC with 3 each. The female is headed by Elijah Markey of Conway with 12. Also coming in second from Conway is Jamila Henry with 7. Dana Tobia of the Bravil FC with 5. She scored a hat-trick in one of the games, as a matter of fact. And next in line is Franny Wilkie of Marshall with 3. So far, are you pleased with what has unfolded thus far in the past 5 weeks?
Yes, I am. And you know, we had our hiccups at the beginning, and we had rain problems as well. I mean, people may remember a couple of weeks back in the Denry area, we were just flooded out. So we've had some problems in terms of the weather, and that has delayed some of our games, which we intend to catch up with. But as of last week, it's become quite a professional, slick operation of the day, and Sunday was a good day for football. And I think from now on, the competition is going to be, I think, very smooth. You know, the teams have worked hard, and the organizers have worked very hard at this. It's not easy, as you know, to run a competition, especially a competition with so many teams, right? But it's working, and it's beginning to work really well. And what I'm looking forward to, Midget, is that through Great Visions Designs, I want the St. Lucian public to begin to now know our teams. And I want, by the time October comes and we're getting down and we begin to get into the quarters and the semis, I want this to be almost like the World Cup. I want St. Lucians linked
you
to
say
their
October,
teams.
Doc, I say July. I'm very optimistic.
You see, I want St. Lucians out there to look at these teams and then begin to select which team they want to back in this competition. You have the Bordelais teams, you have the community teams, you might have your own community represented, but I want people to begin to rally behind these teams and what's going on, because I think it is a wonderful opportunity for us to come together and appreciate one another and appreciate the fact that our people in Bordelais are
our residents.
They us too.
Yeah.
They are us too. All of us is one. We have the Tourism Enhancement Fund, SLHTA, we're a part of Citizens for Peace and Prosperity, which is behind this competition as well. And our concept is one love, one St. Lucia. That means no matter who you are, where you come from, you are a St. Lucian, it's one St. Lucia, one love. You know, like Arthur Allen says, thank God I am a St. Lucian, right? I am a Lucian, thank God. And that's what I want this competition is really all about. So we are treating our Bordelais residents equal, just like we're treating our women equal, just like we treat every community equal. Everybody is supported in exactly the same way. So I want the St. Lucian public to begin to follow this competition closely. It's very exciting.
Doc, for me, the plus is to see the joy on the faces of the residents, even though they lose the game. They're just happy to be out there to intermingle and to show off the skill. What is very heartwarming for me is that most of these teams at the correctional facility, they only train once a week. And if you see the chemistry being displayed on the field, you'd swear that these guys train every day. So I want to say hats off to the facility, the coaches, and everyone who have been instrumental in ensuring that the players give out their best. And I could tell you guys, I see it firsthand every Sunday, and I'm proud to see the level of football being displayed by the residents of the Body Lake Correctional Facility. Having said this, there are a number of persons who are working behind the scenes with the competition. You have Tito.
Yeah.
Tell us about Tito.
Before I go to Tito for a minute, I also, you mentioned about the border teams, but I don't want us, I want us to appreciate the community teams as well.
Yeah.
Because they really make the competition as well. And, the communities are coming and giving of their best as well. I mean, when you think of the Conway girls, they or Conway ladies, I should say, so people are really stepping up, right? So the communities are, I think, are fully on board. It's very nice. I think the chemistry, not only in the teams themselves, but between is good. You always have your conflicts. We have issues where people almost want to fight with each other. But that is football. Because what you do is you learn rules and regulations on how to manage difficult conflicts. But you asked about Tito. Tito is somebody that I have known for many years. And we worked together in communities on a number of initiatives, peace building initiatives. But in particular, where Tito has special skills is in football, right? Tito is passionate about football. He loves the sport, and he's a natural. You see, you have to organize teams into groups and what do you call it? The fixtures?
The fixtures, the schedule.
Yeah, the schedule. Tito can just do that for you because he lives and breathes football. And it's nice for him, and I love to see him actualize in these competitions. Okay, because it's nice to see people feeling good about what they do and doing what they do well. And that is so. Part of this competition is not the transformation of people that football does. It's not just the people on the field who play. It's not just the players. It's everybody who is part of the process. Mr. Gada and myself were talking about the fact that, we can take our DJ, we can take Tito, we can take Mikey, you can take me. We all learn something and we all get better by being part of a competition that means something, and we are working together, dealing with challenges with one another and with other people, managing these challenges, managing these conflicts, and still delivering a high quality product at the end of the day. Clearly, that we all learn and we all get better when we work together like this. So that's what I've seen with Tito throughout the years, and I mean he's showing it here and now in this particular competition. So big respect, because I know I would not be able, I can't manage that competition. So, I mean, it's Tito that is the main man doing that.
As a matter of fact, the stats I gave vis-a-vis the competition where we are in terms of the point standing and the leading goal scorers, Tito did that all by himself.
Yeah.
And when I called Tito, I say, Tito, I need that for my program for tonight. And he said, no problem, and he just shoot it to me in a matter of minutes. So it shows the competence of him. And not only that, but he's there ensuring that the field is marked and ready for the competition.
Oh, yeah.
But there are other persons behind the scenes who are working assiduously in making it happen. You have the DJ and some other committee members. Maybe you could tell us a bit more about them.
Well, Mikey Tucker Phillips. Mikey is always there. Mikey is very good support for Tito. Mikey is also a natural mediator. He's very good at mediation and talking to people, and he understands and he knows a lot of people. So he brings all of that to our organization. So, and again, well, Mikey, I know even before Tito, I know him even longer and I've worked with him even longer than with Tito. And when I say longer, I'm talking about 20 plus years. Huh?
Yeah.
All right. We're not talking about 5 years. 20 plus years. All right. Lenny Pinnell. Lenny has always been there with me. Lenny is an interesting person. Lenny is like our, as you know from when we had our organizing committee, he's like our preacher, philosopher, and
all in one package.
All in one package. So he brings a sort of a spirit that I like to the tournament. I mean, he tends to be on the mic with us and that kind of stuff, you know, supporting that. In addition, we have
Chelsea, you have Betty.
Yeah, hold on. Chelsea has been there with us from the beginning. Chelsea also is very supportive. She was part of the organizing committee. Betty, although Betty is not into football, but Betty understands football. She's always there. And what Betty is the main violence interrupter that I work with, okay? Meaning she's the one I work with in the communities the most at doing interruptions of violence. In fact, even tonight, we just came from Viewfort with our team, and she's there. She's the one who put the whole thing together. So Betty, that's what she brings. Because remember, this is a peace-building, violence interruption competition. So that's what she brings to the table, I should say. You know. So yeah, and Mark 11 is our DJ. It's Tito who linked with Mark 11 and has brought Mark 11 on. That has been interesting too. Seeing Mark 11 have to step up as a DJ. I've kind of enjoyed watching that.
Yeah.
We've had challenges, but it's been very interesting and rewarding.
And he and Marius work very well.
Now, Marius, those of you who listen, Marius Wilson is our commentator. You could not get a better commentator than Scammer. That man, you know, and I mean, it's wonderful to see him on Sundays. His professionalism, his excitement, and his engagement. I mean, in many ways, that's also part of rehabilitation.
Yeah.
You know, because I think Marius, gets great reward from being there. So, I mean, Mr. God identified Marius as our goalkeeper. And he's really lifted the games as well. He's made the games a lot more exciting for people. So so all of these are people that we're working with. They're not the only ones, but they're some of the key ones.
Okay, Doc, let me give you a chance to rest your thoughts, and we'll come back to it as we bring you the upcoming local sporting events for the rest of the week. And we'll start with the St. Lucia Football Association, Inc. On Saturday, the 20th of May, we'll see the launch of the High Performance Center for the Southern Zone, and that will take place in Soufrière. It will cater for players under 14, and you'll have the players coming from the Viewfort North, Viewfort South, Labrie, Choiseul, and Soufrière leagues. Thus far, the St. Lucia Football Association, Inc. has launched 2 of the High Performance Center. Last Saturday, we were at the Deriso playing field where we saw the Eastern Zone with players coming from the Mabuya Valley, Dennery, Miku, and also Deriso. The previous Saturday, the 2 Saturdays before, we had the launch of the Western Zone at the Marigot playing field involving the leagues Roseau and Ancillary, etc. So this is an ongoing process where the St. Lucia Football Association, Inc. is looking to identify talent outside of the national youth pool to try to enhance and build capacity as they take football to a higher heights. Then on Thursday tomorrow, we have the round of 16 primary school football competition continuing. Viewfort Primary School will play Ancillary Primary at the Marigot playing field at 10 a.m. Richford Combined will play Bishop Charles Gachet, formerly the Marshall Combined School, at the Grand Riviere playing field at 11:30. Dennery Primary comes up against Groslet at the Grand Riviere playing field at 10 a.m. Then Gordon Walcott Methodist Memorial will play Soufriere Primary at the Sad playing field at 11:30. Roseau Primary plays Deriso Primary at Deriso at 10 a.m. RC Boys Primary plays Denry at Deriso at 10 a.m. Camille Henry will come up against the Labrie Boys Primary School at the Sad playing field at 10 a.m. and Canaries will play Dame Paulette at Marigot at 11:30. Castries Football Council, St. Lucia National Lotteries, Castries Super League. We have matches at the Sad playing field. Naya FC plays FC Pioneers at 4 p.m. on Saturday, the 20th. To be followed the following day, Sunday, Valley Soccer versus VSADC, also at 4 p.m. Leclerc Football League Parliamentary Rep Trophy will be played at the Leclerc playing field. On Saturday, you have a double-header. Leclerc under 19 plays VSADC under 19 at 2:30, followed by Radix coming up against Lancers at 4:30. The following day, Active Strikers play Leclerc Veterans at 2:30, and that will be followed by A Guardians against Island Vibe Brotherhood at 4:30. Then track and field news is back, and it's going to be exciting. The 7th annual Elite Invitational Track and Field Meet is scheduled for the Mindo Phillip Park on Sunday 21st. The meet commences from 10 a.m. and the admission is free. The Troy Greenwich Pre-Season Club Championship will take place at the Groslet playing field. It will continue on Sunday 21st May. 1987 All-Stars will play Massey Northern United at 5:30 p.m. Veterans will come up against New Generations FC at 6:45 p.m. and at 8 p.m. Morshy FC versus GMC. The creme de la creme. The boys correctional facilities safe space futsal tournament continues at the Richmond playing field on Sunday 21st. Marshall will come up against Felicia, that's from the Bodiley Correctional Facility. That's a female encounter at 10 a.m. Lastic Hill will come up against Casimir FC, also the Correctional Facility. That's a male encounter at 11 a.m. Braville FC, that's the Correctional Facility officers, will come up against Denry in a female encounter at 12 noon. New Village will play Back on Track at 1 p.m. and Conway versus Rosehill at 2 p.m. Lots of action there, but let's look at Sunday's activities. What do you think the spectators could look forward to there?
On Sunday?
Sunday.
Great football. That's what you can look for, great football and great atmosphere. You know, but as you were talking, something occurred to me. Social Red Cross. And I was talking to the Red Cross. Red Cross is supporting us.
Yeah.
A big supporter. And you know, the Red Cross is building an arm in Denry, in Marbella Valley, in fact. And we're actually going to use this particular tournament as well to help build the Red Cross in the Marbella Valley. And that's the beauty of competitions like this, is that it's not just football. It's more, you say football is life? Yeah, so it's much more than that. It's a lot of other capacity building and community development that can occur all around the football. So, but what you can expect, Richmond is a beautiful location. So any St. Lucians who have time on Sunday and they want to come to a beautiful part of the country and experience good football and a great atmosphere, and the community has food and drink available, you should come. It's like a family day because you can come with your children. It's fine. It's a decent event, nice family event. And you know, many people don't know don't know where this Richmond field is, you know. So just to tell them, it is as you going up from Castries, if you're going right before you get to the Richmond police station, just as you get to the crest of the hill, there are two gaps on the left. It's the second gap on the left with the concrete, right? So it's not the first one. As you get to the top of the hill, it's not the first, it's the second one.
That's if you're going down to Denry.
That's if you're going to Denry from Castries.
Yeah.
And if you're coming the other way, it will be right after the Richmond police station. It will be on the right.
And the bus shelter is right across the road. So,
and it's easy. You just go inside and you go down to the school, and it's right there.
You cannot miss it because right inside there you have the Richmond Hess primary school, and I was trying to explain that to a football pundit this afternoon. He didn't know where the Richford field was. He didn't even know where the Richford primary school was. So here again, we are affording people the opportunity to get to know St. Lucia, to get to know the Dennery area.
You know, it's a beautiful, it's a little field, but it's beautiful. And when you sit there, and it has a little natural embankment, like a little natural bleachers kind of thing, where you sit with the trees, and it's in the shade, and you can see the whole valley, and you see up to Oleon and out to the sea. It's a beautiful venue for people to spend a couple hours on a Sunday.
We're almost out of time, but thus far you seem to be very pleased with the tournament. But is there anything that you think that could be done to further enhance it, if any?
Oh yes, always. I think the games, making the games flow better. So in other words, we were having some issues, I found, with delays and games not going one after the other. And I think getting teams there on time and everybody on time so that before 10, so when we start at 10, and we kick off and we flowing well. I think that to me is the main issue. Apart from that, I must say I think it's great. We did have challenges. We had challenges with our music, to get our music right, because you know, music is an important thing. And you can't just play any kind of music if you want to build peace. You have to play conscious, proper music, and that is what we have been doing now. So that, you know, that takes a little while as well, because you know, in St. Lucia we're accustomed to we're accustomed to certain things being done a certain way. But this is a transformative competition. So it's transformation for everybody. So we are also transforming that music space and that emotional and mental space for people as well. And that we've got that right now. So it's working well now. So I think, to me, we've ironed out many of our kinks, and now it is working smoothly, and I think that I'm quite happy to tell anybody from any part of this country, any walk of life, come to Richford on that Sunday. From 10 o'clock on, you're going to have a good time. You'll sit down with people, you'll have good conversation as well as watching good football.
And for me, one of the pluses there is that you're well secured.
Oh yes,
it's well secure.
It's secure. You don't, to me, you don't have to be worried about any such thing. Security is not a problem.
Yeah. Doc, any final words for you?
Yeah, you know, my final words. You and I are older St. Lucians now, right? We're not going to say our age, but we are older St. Lucians, and it's time. It's time that we see our country go through the transformation that we are envisioning, even with this competition, where we as a people our sports can be robust and fully developed and everywhere and everybody. So sports strong, every community participating, all sports, where we have people at peace and content. We have people focused and disciplined and looking at their development and how they can make better livelihoods, and people making links with one another, so that, you know, I remember just one of the Sundays, I saw a young man make a link with another, with a shall we say, a higher society person, to get a better opportunity to have a career, a better career. You know what I mean? So I want to see St. Lucians, for want of a better word, reconnecting and connecting better with each other. The one love, one St. Lucia concept is what I like. You see, for too long, our people we've marginalized, discriminated, and kept people out. Now sport is a beautiful connector. It brings people in. Because
from all walks of life.
All walks, that's my point. Yeah. It connects everybody. So regardless of your social strata or your economic situation, sport is an equalizer. It's a beautiful equalizer. So that is what we are trying to do here, because we are trying to create an equal society, remove inequality in our society. That's the kind of St. Lucia we want, a connected, equal opportunity society. Now, sport is that. So that is why I'm not a big sports person myself, but I love sport, and I can see how sport can do that, and I see how football does that, and that is why this is just an icon, an example of what I think is truly possible in our country. It's just there, you know, if we only put our minds right, and that's what I want St. Lucians to do. Let's put our mind right. The One Love, One St. Lucia. Let's move forward together.
Thank you, Doc. Well, you heard it from the man himself. One love, peace and love. Come out to the Richford playing field this coming Sunday. Good football, lots of positive vibes, interacting with lots of people. Good food, good music, very nice ambience. You cannot ask for anything more, and most of all, it is free.
That's right.
Doc, I want to wish you all the best in your endeavor in trying to unite persons. I know you have a passion for this, and you will not stay put until that dream is realized. And I want to say that this competition has brought wonders to a lot of people. Yes. It has brought a lot of persons. I have a brother who hardly goes to sports, but every Sunday is looking forward to coming to Richford, just because of the whole atmosphere and the positive vibe.
And he's an old friend of mine.
Yeah.
We were involved. Yeah. If you're talking about the Millennium Heights Medical Complex,
Wilfred,
just speak to Wilfred. He was a key man in making that happen.
Yeah. And also we must say thank you to Great Visions Design for their foresight in ensuring that every Sunday that they are there to bring it to your living room in case you cannot make it there. And I want to also thank Great Vision Design for conceptualizing Sports Talk and bring me on board. Guys, it's a pleasure being here. I want to wish you a very pleasant evening, and most of all, be safe and give gun violence a red card. Peace and love, my brothers and sisters. Peace and love.
Sports Talk is brought to you by the kind compliments of the following sponsors.
To protect appliances from lightning, rain, and flood water damage, unplug them, then turn off the main switch. Lightning can produce electrical surges which can damage equipment. Protect your electronics from water damage as well. Make sure you have flashlights, battery-powered radios, and extra fresh batteries available. Be smart, stay safe.
It's the power of knowing with Lucy.
In the Caribbean, Mother Nature has long taught us the secrets of self-care. Glory cedar leaves to fight skin infection or sulfur baths for acne and eczema. Now, these and other time-tested ingredients are contained in high-quality, locally produced handmade soap. Etoile. 10 spa-worthy soap choices including soothing aloe vera, zesty coconut, black soap from charcoal, and many more. Etoile is made from all natural ingredients and is surprisingly affordable. Etoile, a skin spa in a soap bar. Available at supermarkets and pharmacies near you.
Join Pastor Gino Jennings for services in the Caribbean island of St. Lucia at Bethel's Blessing Event and Conference Center, St. Lucia. Services are Saturday, May 20th at 5 p.m. and Sunday, May 21st at 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. Again, Bethel's Blessing Event and Conference Center, St. Lucia. Saturday, May 20th, 5 p.m. and Sunday, May 21st, 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. All services are free to the public. For event and hotel information, call Linda Chitoli, 758-719-8097.
Shall you come and play with us, sir?
No, I don't.
That boy, we really did a number on him. The moods, the women. When things get a little rough, don't give up.
I hope me being here isn't making things awkward for you and Captain Casey.
You know,